the South, more specifically from our dining room in the South in Georgia. Yeah, we do the carpetbagger too.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are y'all doing tonight? I think Stovepipe said fess up. What do you want me to fess to? Let me see if I can get this chat going over here. See, this is always fun. Tim loves it when I start doing this. Trying to figure out how to get the chat on his phone. How do I do this? Okay, let's push play. Maybe that'll get it. Voting in a real That's sense not is a kind what's happening. Of prayer
for the kind of world. Sorry, y'all. She's got to mess with every phone in the house. And I've got throat issues today, so
no,
I can't.
The problem is I got Tim's phone right here, and his phone is different, and my phone yours. Are not the same. So I have to fight with his phone because I want it to do things that it doesn't want to do. I want to get out. Get this on video. I was just on. Get this back to the live stream. I can't see anything on my phone. If anybody's made a comment, I can't see anything. Just get out of that video. Close that video out. And get to the other video. You want to get back to Tim and Dammy time. Let's just X that out. Right here. There we go. See, I figured it out. There we go. Now, I'm trying to turn his phone down. See, his volume's on the wrong side. My volume's on the right side. My volume's on the right side. Your volume's on the wrong side. Hey, B. You got your gosh dang Christmas tree up, and it ain't even Thanksgiving yet.
Yeah, I know.
I do.
You blame.
It's my daughter's fault. How you doing, Hannah? There it comes up here. Oh, Son of a Stove is here too. So we got B and Stovepipe and Hannah and Son of a Stove. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And yeah, I do look down at this phone because when I look at this phone, I can keep up with it better than when I'm looking up here. So.
And we don't know if we have the right time or not. We think it's 6 o'clock. Maybe it is 6 o'clock. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't trust our telephones anymore since we had our issue in Fort Gaines. Yeah, that was fun. I told the story already, but more of the story is that when Tim said, "What time is it?" Well, thank you, Son of a Stove. When Tim said, "What time is it?" I told him what time it was, and he said, "Wait a minute, the car says a different time." And I said, "Well, what time does your phone say?" And he looked at his phone. His phone said the same thing mine did. So I said, "I thought I changed the time in the car." So I changed my clock in the car. I went back an hour in the car again, and it's not fun to change the clock in the car. And then
it started getting dark.
Mm-hmm. And Tim said it's too dark. And he was actually asleep. He was sleeping. I was driving. And I thought, well, it's clouding up. Maybe that's why it's getting dark.
I do a lot of sleeping.
The lighting changes on that camera up there. Okay. He's your son, not mine, but I'm glad you named him after me.
Yeah, there's a story behind that.
He is my son, too. I'm going to tell you something, Stovepipe. My husband, Steve, my first husband, son of a Tim sounds dumb. My first husband, Steve, when he was in the first grade, he spelled his name wrong and he wrote it Stove. And his family picked at him all of his life and they called him Stove. And as he got older, they started calling him Stovepipe. And when you first popped up with Stovepipe, I was a little suspicious because I've only known Steve being called Stovepipe. Yeah, I don't know what else to say to that. But anyway, that's why I have a Son of a Stove here. Cause
stop watching Bel Air for this. Yeah, well, yeah, we're worth it.
Y'all, Tim don't feel good tonight. He's just not feeling great. So
can't talk.
He's got the
squeaky
congestion
voice.
And the yucky voice and all that going on. So he's gonna be it's funny. He's gonna be kind of quiet, but I told him that I would just start telling stories, and that's what I'm gonna do. No child support payments. Never got any child support payments. My husband supported his children while he was here. Oh my goodness.
Anybody want to send us child support payment, we'll take it.
Anyway, So today I was outside and I went out to feed that outside cat. I went outside to feed the cat outside, Butterscotch. And
no hair, yeah.
I went outside to feed Butterscotch, and Butterscotch was on the front porch. I was on the back porch. So I wanted her to come back there with me. So this is the trick, y'all. You don't call kitty, kitty, kitty and get Butterscotch to come. And you don't say her name to get her to come. You know what you do?
You unlock
the car doors, and when it makes that noise, that clicking noise, and the horn kind of honks because you're pushing the fob, she hears it, she comes running. So
thanks for telling me I look healthy. I don't feel it, but I look it. That's good.
Well, he does look healthy. I got to go back and read this comment from Son of a Stove. Of a man with no hair. Y'all, Jack is a professional when it comes to yes, Butterscotch lives outside.
Oh yeah, love my good naps.
Butterscotch, she was a cat. Look, there's stray cats all over Columbus, and every once in a while they round them up and they spay them and neuter them, and then they put them back out.
That's how she found me for her. I'm just a stray.
Oh goodness. Anyway,
I'm just kidding about that.
There was another cat that used to come to my house, and I didn't know it, but he lived 2 houses over, and his name was Mr. Boggle. And he would sit on my back porch, and I would go outside, and he would hiss at me. So I told him one day, I said, you can stay, and we can be friends, but you got to quit hissing at me on my own back porch. So he quit hissing at me. He never hissed at me again, but I came out one day. I was going to light the grill because I grill all the time, especially in the summertime. And he came and he started bumping the charcoal bag because he thought it was cat food. And I said, oh, you're hungry. So I came in and I fed him. And he would come and visit and sleep on the porch, and I would feed him every now and again. And then I found out from my neighbor next door that his name was Mr. Boggle, and he's an old cat, and he lived 2 houses down. Well, Butterscotch walked up one day, and she came straight to me, got in my lap, and said, I'm hungry. Basically. So I fed her. And then she came every day, and I would feed her. And so she just took up. But she's a good cat, and she's a friendly cat, and she's a happy cat, and she's a healthy cat for an outside cat. And we do have 2 inside cats, and we, there's a lot we'd have to go and do to bring her inside. So our indoor cats
would not understand.
Would not like it, I don't think. They hiss at her through the door. So when I let the windows up, they do. They talk, but it's not friendly. They talk in a...
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Oh, yeah, it's almost Thanksgiving, yeah.
Really is. End of the week.
And we're going to have yeast rolls and mashed potatoes. Whatever else we have, we might have a turkey, and we might have all that other stuff that goes with it, but I'm making yeast rolls and mashed potatoes, so we're going to have that. And there will be sweet potato pie. Mama said she'd make sweet potato pie, but I don't know if she's going to make a pumpkin pie.
Goodness.
Most of my days, yeah, and sweating not cold, and shooting some BB guns just like a fool.
Ethan's ready for the yeast rolls. Oh yeah, they're gonna be good.
You know what? I will double that recipe. I will make at least 24. Yeah, I'll make at least 24 because I know several of my people will eat 2 or 3 apiece, but I won't have to worry about bringing any home. I don't think Tim would mind if he brought some home, though, because he sure does enjoy them.
I do.
I bake a lot of bread in the wintertime. That's when I bake, because I bake in the house in the winter to keep the house warm. I cook on the grill in the summer to keep the house cold. So that's kind of the way it works. And I am getting ready to make some more bread because it's been a while since I made bread. But this week it'll be yeast rolls again.
Well, we were going to go somewhere today and film since I'm off work, but I woke up sick. So they're kind of stop those plans.
He's been taking the cold medicine all day, so
sleeping all day.
He's sleeping. He has slept all day long. He's been in there mumbling, talking in his sleep.
I had a fever.
And grumbling and just fussing. And then he would wake up.
Sweet as I could be.
He would wake up just enough to say something that was completely non-coherent.
Yeah.
Had me a little bit worried there for a little while. Yeah. We were planning to go to Thomaston today, but we didn't go to Thomaston. And, if tomorrow works out.
There. They have an old cinema we'd like to film.
If tomorrow works out, we might get up and go somewhere and do something. But I can't be sure that tomorrow's going to work out either. But
well, I get sick. You're liable to get sick. So.
Oh, gosh. See, I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can read better on this phone, y'all. They went on one little date. My mom felt tender. She said, I'm moving to the city that's just across the river. Well, that's about me and Tim. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we went to Fort Gaines. Y'all know that. Y'all have seen one of the videos, or at least, two. The last two, yeah, he's been kind of rough today. The last two short videos that I put up, I did one where I sat out on the back porch and talked. It was kind of a longer video, but still, those were both Fort Gaines, but there's two longer Fort Gaines videos I want to put up. We were so tickled. We were walking down the road looking around, and this lady drove by. I said, I need a guidebook. I told Tim, I said, I need a guidebook.
Well, they had all these places marked as tour number 1, tour number 3. So,
and I wanted to know what it was about. And I said, I need a guidebook. Where can I get one? And this woman drives by and she says, come down to my house and get it. And then she says, come inside and look around. So we did. So that's a video. I will put up a video of the tour of her house, because y'all, the inside of that house is gorgeous. The mold and the everything. And then we went into the courthouse and we went in the courtroom, and that was really cool too. Mm-hmm. And then another video, there's a frontier village there. Hey, Carol, how are you doing? It's good to see you here. But we went to the frontier village too, and it's really neat. It's a couple of one-room log cabins, and the fort. You can actually go up into the top of the fort, and it's an old fort. It was a strange-looking fort. We didn't even know we were standing right there. We need to get way over.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I did get up in that fort, though.
We didn't even know we were right by the Chattahoochee River. We knew we were near it, but we didn't know we were right on the Chattahoochee River. And then we're walking down into the old village, the frontier village, which is really neat. And everything, nothing cost us money. I mean, other than eating. Good. Glad to hear it. But we were right up next to the Chattahoochee River, and we were on the bluff. We were up so high above it, and it was beautiful because,
this whole town is a beautiful place to go to.
It is.
It only has that one restaurant in there, but it was pretty good.
It only had the one restaurant. We had hamburgers, but they were good. So, that's the, important thing. And we had lost track of time then. We thought it was earlier then than it was. We thought it was later then. No, we thought it was earlier then than it was. We ate lunch late that day because we thought it was early, and we didn't know why we were hungry so early.
Until I got in the car and started driving, and I said, Tim, what time is it? It looks a lot darker than it's for the time we're seeing.
On the way home, Tim said, I'm hungry, and it's too early for me to be hungry. And I'm like, yeah, it's just 4:30. It was 5:30. So,
stomach don't lie.
We literally lost time in Fort Gaines, but it was a beautiful place. And all the houses, every house had a story. And I love history. And there's so much still, this is always what happens. We get through filming a video and we come, Lady of the Cauldron. Well, hi there,
Lady of the Cauldron. Yeah.
We enjoy. I lost my whole train of thought. That's your fault, Lady of the Cauldron. You're not letting America disappear.
No, we're not.
I don't want America to disappear. I'm going to tell you what, that house, the Sutliff house that we did the video of, laugh about it. That Sutliff house that we did the video of, y'all, if I could, I'd buy that house and I would fix it up.
Yeah.
And I'd move in it. I'd move to Fort Gaines tomorrow to live in that house. That house, the houses.
Well, they care about their houses.
They
over
do.
There, but
they really do.
There are a couple of them. They don't have the money to fix, but they care about what their town looks like. It's pretty cool.
It is. It's neat to find. And everybody there spoke. We didn't pass one person who did not speak. Everybody spoke. Everybody was friendly. And it was wonderful when, you know, we like to go to these almost ghost towns, but we also like to go to places where there are people.
Yeah.
And the people are friendly. You feel like you stepped into, there ain't no way to put it, into Mayberry. Well, thank you, Son of a Stove and Hannah. That it looks like it looks like a colorful tree in the background.
It is a colorful tree.
I think it is. Miley and Bells love their colorful tree. Y'all know that Miley and Bells, the Christmas tree is theirs, and so is the heater that looks like a fireplace. And that's actually the heater that looks like a fireplace is sitting in front of the tree, and then their bed is laying on the floor in front of the fireplace.
Send a picture of my face up close. Did that scare you or inspire you?
It's got pretty candy canes on it, full of candy too. Not peppermint candy canes. It terrifies some of the stuff.
Yeah, terrified me.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know why. How could this terrify you? Anybody?
Well, thank you. I hope so too.
Well, hey, Charlie.
Yeah, hey, Charlie.
I hope he feels better too. You know, his mama yesterday made the statement. She said, y'all always get sick at the holidays. And I'm like, well, we don't do it on purpose. We don't do it on purpose.
When you work in retail, you're around a bunch of people, especially during the holidays.
With his blue shirt on, you're like a washed out Cookie Monster. Oh.
Blue and yellow.
Yeah. I don't know if the yellow has anything to do with Cookie Monster. It's just Cookie Monster's blue, you know.
I had to wear 2 shirts today. It was cold, freezing in this house.
Oh my gosh, y'all, he's about burned me to death today. I said, look, I got to turn this heater off. I'm going to spontaneously combust. I said, I'll put another blanket on you, but I'm dying.
I had a sweat cop and a blanket on. But
oh, he did. He had on a hoodie. Have you felt bad? Too, Lady of the Cauldron?
Close up, look like a Cookie Monster.
Talking about Cookie Monster here. You know.
I do love cookies, yeah.
Got some of those Sam's cookies over there. Y'all, you know, we bought some more of the Sam's muffins. Tim likes the chocolate chip. I like the blueberry ones. But y'all, we didn't get them all eat up because nobody come to visit.
Yeah.
So we had to get rid of some of them because nobody came to visit. So we tried.
It was probably a good thing they didn't. Now.
Well, that's been a couple of weeks ago. Well, they're gone now, honey.
I like food too.
We do like to go up towards North Georgia. Yeah. We have gone and stayed in Clayton and gone and done the Helen, Georgia and things like that. The thing is this right here, we have a daughter who moved over towards the coast of Georgia, and when Tim goes on vacation, we go to her house.
We go to the beach.
We go and visit with her. We go to the beach. We go to Savannah. And right now, we have another vacation planned relatively soon. And
we do want to get back up to Tennessee, though.
But we do want to get back up to North Georgia and to the North Georgia mountains and to Tennessee. And I love North Carolina. I love to go to Cherokee. That's one of my favorite places to go. Of course, we hadn't stayed in Cherokee in a long, long time, but we love to go to. I love to go to Cherokee. I have a lot of memories in Cherokee.
We enjoyed Gatlinburg. Of course, we enjoyed Pigeon Forge too.
But I've been preparing for my next trip to Savannah. And I read Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Well, hey there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Check out Dismal Canyon. Oh, the is that the one that has the lights? What are they called?
Dismal Canyon.
Dismal Canyon. Isn't that the one that has the fireflies? Hey.
Yeah.
I have, that's in North Alabama, isn't it, though? Am I right? Am I thinking about the right place? Because I've seen that, but I've never put the Costco muffins in the freezer and put 1 or 2. Yeah, I usually do that, too. It is North Alabama, about 4 hours from Columbus.
Okay.
I put them in I put muffins usually in the freezer too. It's just this time I didn't get around to it because I kept thinking I was going to have some visitors.
Yeah.
See, I bought them the first time, and these visitors descended upon my house, and they came straight in and started eating my muffins. So Tim only got one of the chocolate muffins because we had an assortment. So the next time I went, I bought 6 of the chocolate and 6 of the blueberry. And then my visitors didn't come.
I went from muffin deprived to overflowing with muffins.
Yeah. I want to go to Dismal Canyons.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really neat. There's so many places that we want to go. We want to go back to Birmingham. We had a blast up there, and we want to go back to Birmingham. And there's.
We also want to go down to Florida as well, including Jacksonville.
Yeah, we have talked about going to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
and we've talked about heading that way when we go to visit with the other.
You're stuck in Hotland. I'm sorry.
Oh wow.
There's some places around Atlanta too we want to go to.
There are. There's some graveyards in Atlanta we want to go to.
Yeah.
You know, I found out Kenny Rogers is buried. Isn't he buried in the same graveyard that Margaret Mitchell's in? And John Benet Ramsey? I think I'm right about that. I might not be right about that. Y'all, I do so much research. Sometimes I get all my
graveyards
confused. And then there's the graveyards we go to just for the graveyard itself, like the one over in Macon.
Yeah. The old graveyard all around me, Stone Mountain, Newman County. We also want to go to Stone Mountain.
Yeah.
We've been to. It's in Newman County. Yeah.
Now see, I grew up all over Georgia, even though I went back home to Alabama when I was 13. And I've spent a lot of time at Stone Mountain. And Tim's never been. I want to take him to Stone Mountain.
Unbelievable. I've never been to Stone Mountain.
Oh my gosh. 16 degrees. Well, you know what? It got down to 30 here. Yeah, it's been cold. It has been cold down here. It's actually been amazingly cold down here for this time of year. But yeah, I lived all over Georgia, South Georgia, Conyers, Clayton County, Wiggum, just all over the place. We lived in Jackson, Flovilla. Yeah, I lived in Jackson before Stranger Things even thought about coming.
Where did we go? It rained, but it was a town.
We went through Wiggum.
Yeah.
But it was raining when we went through.
Get out.
We went to my elementary school, which was Wiggum High School, which was a kindergarten. Well, actually it wasn't. Wiggum had 2 schools. It had Wiggum High School, which was 4th grade through 12th grade. But then the K through 3rd was a primary school, and it was separate.
We have Curtis's.
We went by there, and it looked the same, only the front, where I thought it was a huge, huge area to play, where the playground was at. It was small, y'all. It was small.
It counts. I love Metallica, believe it or not. She may stop listening to him. He may stop listening to him now.
Oh, you live in Conyers now? Okay. You know, my great-granddaddy was an orphan too, and he was out in Texas. And when he turned 12, he ran away and he left his brothers and sisters in the orphanage, and he felt guilty about that for the rest of his life because he didn't know what happened to him. But, you know, that's when you start tracing my family, when you stop with him. It's harder to go back on his side. You can go back on my great-grandmother's side. And y'all, I knew my great-grandmother. My children knew their great-great-grandmother. My youngest was 5 when the great-great-grandmother died. Well, son of a stove. That's on the other side. What about Slayer? Oh, he's talking to you.
Yeah. I didn't listen to a lot of Slayer, sorry.
I have not used any of the stuff to find ancestors and relatives. My first mother-in-law was a genealogist. and she traced my children's family on their daddy's side. Just I mean, way back. But their granddaddy, their granddaddy on their great granddaddy on their daddy's side, came over from Greece when he was 12. Sorry, came over from Greece when he was 12 years old, and that line stops. She could never trace that family because the last name is as common there as Smith is here, and we basically can't spell it. So. Is that TRS? Would that be a Tandy? Well, my great granddaddy would not ever get a Social Security number because he said if he ever signed anything about, they kept sending him letters saying they owed him money for taxes, and he said, nope, if I ever sign anything, then I'll have to pay him for the rest of my life. And he wouldn't sign anything, so I don't know if he had a birth certificate. Oh, okay. Okay, so I remember the Tandys, yeah. I never had one personally. But I remember people who did. I'd go to their houses and we'd play on them. But this great-grandfather of my children's on their daddy's side, he was drafted. He went to World War II and he fought in World War II, and he was a cook because he was Greek, and that's basically what he did. He was a cook. And when the war ended, they discharged him, and they gave him a dishonorable discharge and said it was because he was a foreigner.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, you kind of think they used him. So
yeah. He's probably a good cook though.
Oh, he was a good cook. That's what he did. He owned a restaurant. In fact, talking about the theaters, you'd come out of the theater and you'd go around the corner to his restaurant, and he stayed open late at night, way back, I don't know, probably the 40s even. And he'd stay open late at night so that when the theater let out at night, they could go around the corner and come to his restaurant. And the story that I was told is that he went into the store and he bought enough hamburger meat and buns, and he made 2 hamburgers and he sold them. And he took that money, went back in the store, bought some more, cooked some more, sold them. And he built it all the way up till he had a restaurant. He had a cafe. And the cafe is still there in that little town, which is a little town.
Thanks for watching.
Well, good. We're glad.
Government cheese.
Oh, it's some of the best cheese you will ever eat. It's a lot like Velveeta in the
disappearing
blocks.
Cheese. Okay.
Disappearing cheese.
You give me around some cheese, it'll disappear.
I don't think that's what we're talking about.
I know,
but okay. But my grandparents used to get that cheese after they were on Social Security when they lived over in Preston. That's where we need to go again. We need to go to Richland. Commodity cheese, flour, dry milk, peanut butter, dry beans, peanut butter. That's what they would get. And they went and got it, I guess, about once a month.
You got peanut butter, you can't go wrong.
That cheese was so good. And, made the best grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah. And then, of course, that was back when Nanny was doing the cooking. I have to buy my peanut butter. Thanks, Boomers. Yeah. I knew, a lot of people did. But, it was funny. They didn't qualify. Had the garden. Oh, yeah. Everybody had a garden. I remember when the garden slowly started to fade away. My uncles, look, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, the one I was talking about, she was 99 years old when she died. She was 2 months away from being 100. But she had about a 3-acre garden. Maybe that's bigger. It went behind my uncle's house, my great uncle's house, behind her house, behind my other great uncle's house, and all the way out to the next great uncle's house before it stopped. It was a long garden. And she did that all of her life. So poor I couldn't pay attention. One summer it was so bad, we ate peas and cucumbers for almost 4 months. Oh my goodness. You know what? When you first get those peas and cucumbers in, though, they're really good, aren't they? But after eating them, there's an old joke I remember. A preacher he was a blind preacher, and he went home with a family to eat lunch after church. And they got home, and the mama, the woman who'd cooked, she said, "Do you want some peas?" And he said, "No, thank you. I don't like peas." And then nothing else was offered. And finally he goes, "I guess I'll have some peas." There wasn't anything else to eat. Chilled cucumbers in vinegar, dust of salt. Oh my gosh, all I do is put salt on them. I buy those little baby cucumbers, because I didn't grow cucumbers. But
spam always counts.
Yeah, spam's not cheap now, I don't guess.
No, it's not.
Yeah, here it goes. I've somehow inadvertently touched Tim's phone, and now it's doing things I don't want it to. I can't read it. Come back. Come back all the way. Come all the way back up.
Lobster was for poor people in Boston, okay?
Well, up there, there's a lot of lobster goes on. The lobster cage, and I'm still trying to figure this out, y'all.
Sea bugs.
It's not what I want to do. Okay. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm gonna have to try to read it off of here. I need to set this up and put my computer in here. For Rich Lobster for. Hey, Bears! Well, we've been waiting on you. We're just gonna stay here till you come. How about that?
It is the times.
It is the times, yes.
Our TNT.
Yeah, TNT were dynamite. I am doing my best. I need one of these young people that I'm kin to here so they can
teach you how to use a phone.
There it goes. Thank you. Yeah, I remember one time when we were down. It was kind of rough, and Mama was buying bologna instead of beef. I remember that being said because somebody told her that in these times you had to be thrifty and instead of getting steak, get ground beef. And she said, "I can't afford ground beef." And y'all, listen back when ground beef was cheap. Look, I remember when ground beef would go on sale, it could be 89 cents a pound. And when I look at it now, I'm like, my goodness, I get a pound. I used to get 4 pounds for the amount I'm getting now. Yeah. And
nothing wrong with bologna.
You can still get bologna pretty cheap.
Yeah.
If you get it on sale at Piggly Wiggly. Mm-hmm. They just all right. TNT, and they're pretty. Oh my goodness. Are you gonna make that into a song and actually put it out? Poke salad, chocolate gravy. The homes you showcase can bring back so much memories. I can almost smell the wood stove and the sweet potatoes. Yeah, when we were in Eufaula the other day, we were walking down those streets, and I could smell the cherry tobacco. It just flooded me. I don't really care that much for cigarette smoke and cigars. I just don't. But that cherry tobacco smell, it just took me straight back. It did.
Weirdish.
You seen the movie yet? Have y'all seen Weird, the Al Yankovic story? I don't watch very many movies. I watched that movie by myself recently, and I'm like, okay, because we loved Weird Al Yankovic when I was a kid. Back in the 80s. Yes, we listened to Weird Al Yankovic, bought his records, and yes, they were records. We had, the tapes. I drove a little Toyota, and it had a cassette player in it. And I thought I was uptown.
My first car was a brown Maverick.
I remember that Maverick. Yeah. I rode in that Maverick.
It had no power steering. You had to keep turning to turn.
Well, my Toyota had no air in it, had no air conditioning. I mean, we're talking about, that was back when amazingly we could live in really.
Oh, really? That's cool.
A VHS of the movie Alien.
That is cool.
Well,
Kmart.
TRS, yeah. You know, TRS, when we go to these old churches and all, that's the first thing I go looking for is the outhouse. And Tim makes fun of me because that's what
she
I
wants.
want to go see the outhouse. I want to see if it's still
Yeah.
there, and you know, if it's how many seats does it have? You know, because they were all different. Yeah, but yes, I've used outhouses from here all the way up to Maryland. Yeah.
I don't think I remember the first movie I bought. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I've got a bunch. I got a few movies.
Y'all, Tim could start a movie store, and that's no lie. We're talking. I'm thinking thousands.
Old churches are cool.
Oh yeah, we do love to go to those old churches, and we hadn't been, and we might hit some more of those when we go back over to the coast and visit with
some of those. What were they called?
Children. The wiregrass churches. Yeah. They're almost like Amish.
Southern Flight 242 crashing New Hope Dallas. Yeah.
Dallas, Georgia.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Well, yeah, that's another place. I have never been to Dallas, Georgia, I don't think.
It's amazing how many small towns there are in Georgia and Alabama.
So you can still buy a Tandy? Wow. Well, wow, okay. A Commodore C64. Well, we got all the. Well, y'all, I tell you what I got. I got the original Nintendo Entertainment System there.
Yeah.
And it works. But yeah, my old computers I don't have. But I never had a Tandy anyway. But we'll look it up, Keith.
I had an Atari myself.
Y'all know.
Long ago.
Do you remember when the Atari system came out? It's probably been about 15 years ago or so, where all the games were actually loaded into the little system and you just plugged it in the TV. It's a plug and play. Had River Raid on it. I bought it. It was like $20. I couldn't believe all these Atari games on this one system, about $20. But then I tried to play it, and I was good at River Raid back in 1983. I couldn't play it. Oh,
Donkey 800
now,
Nintendo. Oh wow!
I've got the Donkey Kong on the original Nintendo, and it works too, and it is so much fun. And that game cost me more than any other game I bought, and I bought it years after most people didn't have an Atari. I mean a Nintendo.
It's the most I've stayed awake all day today.
Okay. Well, you know, we ran into a guy who fixed the Nintendo's the video game systems, and he had a lot of them. Now, when my grandson was coming over here a lot, he wanted to play a video game system, and I didn't have one at the time, so we went and bought the Wii. But that's you know, he's 9 and the Wii is too old for him. He wants Switch.
Bless, yeah.
Oh, you want to go inside for real, son of a stone? You just want to be trying. Well, if you go in there and you meet Bruce Boxleitner, how about getting me an autograph? In real life job as network manager for city service in Atlanta. I'm blessed to have gone from outhouses to computers. Yeah, well, you are blessed.
Video game in a while.
I haven't either. Every once in a while, I pull out the Super Nintendo because that's really my favorite system to this day is the Super Nintendo.
Yep, I remember the race. I do. I have it.
Yeah, if I need a movie to watch, I just say, Tim, hey, have you got this? Yeah, he's got it. Fallout 4 is my current game.
Yeah, I haven't got into any of those type of games yet.
Well, I would like to get a Switch here at my house, and then I could pack up all these others. But I was saying, I love the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo. And my favorite game, I love Vegas Stakes. Yeah, that.
You love Mario, too.
Oh, goodness, Mario. Wow, yeah. Well, now, see, that's one thing that my grandchildren will play. They'll play Mario. They want to play Marios that are newer, but, you know, yeah, I kind of, yeah, I'm old. I got stuck.
Spyro the Dragon. I remember that.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. What are we talking about?
I think it was a
movie.
Genesis. No, it was a game. Video game.
You talking about Spyro? Was it called Spyro?
Spyro Dragon, I think.
Son of a stove. It was Spyro, right? I never played one single game. I wouldn't even know. They don't interest me. It was Spyro, wasn't it? I thought it was.
Still playing.
Son of a Stove used to rent Spyro. Yeah. Yeah. He used to rent Spyro and play it all the time. Yes.
Purple Dragon.
It was about a purple dragon. I never played it. Like I said, my video game.
Yep. Sega, I thought so.
The reason I got the Wii when that was as far back as I wanted to go. I love Mario Kart on the Wii until everybody
loves Pac-Man.
Even my grandchildren can beat me, and I'm trying hard not to let them.
She likes Miss Pac-Man.
Oh, I love Miss Pac-Man. That's my favorite. Galaga, Miss Pac-Man, Defender. Those were my games. Those were the ones that I put quarters in, and Mama got aggravated with.
Centipede.
I love Tetris too, and yeah, the Stovinator.
Space Invaders.
Pac-Man was a coin game. I loved Zaxxon. I remember Zaxxon, but I really didn't play that very much. Yeah, my grandson laughed at me because I can't drift.
I could Tetris a dishwasher in a car like a champ.
Well,
awesome.
The Wii also has a pinball game on it. It's the Williams Brothers Greatest Hits, and that is the coolest pinball. It has one on there called Funhouse. Oh my gosh, I love that game. That game is just fun. And I don't play it enough because there's the Wii sitting in there and it's hooked up. I could play it. Y'all, I'm old and I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm playing a video game. Oh, well, I'm pretty good at it, you know. Just come to the Pinball Arcade in Opelika. I really want to do that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Well, any place that has pinball machines is kind of classical and historic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe he would say, "Come on in and let's take a tour." But you pay one price there, don't you? And then you just play the games. Because I think that's a really cool concept. It's kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese's for grown-ups.
Yeah. Used to play Pong at college.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know,
Pong.
I'm going to tell you, when Pong came out, I was so little that the people who owned the Pong would not let me play it because they said it was not for children. It was not a children's game.
Oh, Woo might have done a video on it. Huh. Woo does like his video games as well.
Oh, he does. He stayed in a bed and breakfast, an Airbnb place that downstairs was an old arcade like that, and they just, you know, after they close that arcade, they let you go. If you stay at the Airbnb, you can go into that arcade for I think 2 hours free play. But yeah, he did that. Yeah, I don't know if he's been to Opelika yet. He needs to come back and visit with us so we can take him to Opelika.
Didn't work.
What did I miss?
What's you trying to do?
Oh.
How many movies do I own? Oh my gosh.
I would guess 3,000.
Yeah, I probably would.
If there's a horror movie and you say, "Do you have this one?" He'll say, "Yeah," and he knows that he has it, and he has them.
Yeah.
He has books.
I have cases, but I keep the movies I consider the best movies. I keep them in their original cases and have them up on shelves. But there's a lot of movies I got that I'm having the DVD holder or whatever. But yeah, I got a bunch.
Mini box sets. He has a lot of DVD box sets. If that's what you're talking about, he has like Heroes and
Yeah.
Ultraman, and
I don't have any on the computer as far as hard drive yet. I'm kind of weird like that. I gotta have something I can hold in my hand.
oh yeah, I remember
Stargate,
Stargate
yeah.
Atlantis. There was a lot of Stargates, wasn't it? Didn't that have
It was
Jeff
several
Weber from General
series,
Hospital
yeah.
in it? What was his name? Who was he?
I
He
like-
was MacGyver. What MacGyver in that?
I love the original movie, Stargate. It was a good movie.
Well, when it comes to me, what I have in box sets, I have Flintstones.
Dark Shadows.
I have Dark Shadows.
Dark
Oh my
Shadows
goodness, I
fan.
have Dark Shadows.
And she wants to get all the Doctor Who's, but
Oh man,
maybe not all of them.
aw, ain't you just a
Thank you.
sweetheart? Thank you, son of a stove.
Yep, thank you. I'm gonna cry now.
Anyway, yeah, Dark Shadows. I have Reba McEntire. What else do I? Oh, I have. I don't know.
I've heard about that.
I've heard Most Haunted, but we don't have cable, and
we get everything off of internet as far as
we mostly
TV
watch
channels.
YouTube. Oh my goodness, you love British murder mysteries. Do you watch Agatha Raisin? Just paid for his muffins. Ain't that sweet?
Yeah.
Now I only owe you, yeah. That's a conservative estimate of how much you owe me. I think you owe me more than that. If it's on YouTube, I'll look it up. What did you say it was? It was called. Let me look it up here. It is Most Haunted.
Most Haunted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. I need to watch it because I love stuff like that.
I like to watch the British murder mysteries too. A little bit. I hadn't got into them big other than Agatha Raisin. It took me a long time to acclimate myself to that because I read all the books, every one of them. And Agatha on the TV show did not look like Agatha in my head. And it took me a while, but now our library has them through
Isn't there another one that you watch?
an app called Hoopla. There is. It's about a woman.
The Times or something. Not Our Times, but what's it called?
I don't know.
It's TYMES.
Oh, Rosemary. Yeah.
Rosemary.
Rosemary and Thyme. I love Rosemary and Thyme too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I miss Happy Days
Well,
too. I love the Fonz.
If you can get
See the episode where the Fonz and Mork.
Oh, Mork. Yeah.
I love those episodes.
Yeah. What is that channel that we have?
Yep, I know the Avengers as well.
Pluto. If you can get Pluto and you get that online, they have a channel that shows Happy Days on Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy all the time. And it shows 2 hours. And then
it's free.
And then it shows 2 hours.
Watch commercials.
Yeah. They have commercials in it. But yeah, you don't have to pay for it.
And we like to watch Tubi TV too.
And Tim loves the Avengers.
Yeah.
He enjoys that one. He enjoys those a lot. And I didn't actually, before we got married, I bought Captain America.
All right. Take care.
Yeah. Yes, I have not watched Midsummer Murders yet, but it's on my list. And I agree, Stovepipe. Tubi is the best.
It is. Well, I paid for something when you go to Tubi TV. Stay safe as well.
Yeah, I guess Tubi TV is my go-to. Now, I pay for Boomerang, y'all, even though Tubi TV
Cartoons.
has got Scooby-Doo and Flintstones on there. They've only got a couple seasons at a time, and I have Boomerang, and I can watch all the Scooby-Doos and all the Flintstones and, little Foghorn Leghorn here and there. So I pay for Boomerang. In fact, that's the only one I really pay for. I have to go make your grandchildren food. Good night. God bless.
Well, good night. God bless you.
Tell my grandchildren I love them.
Yep, I love them too.
Top Cat. Yeah, Top Cat's on Boomerang too. Yeah. Yeah. I love Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I love them. I love the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I just do. And I have no shame with that. I'm old and I still watch them. The Flintstones are my favorite cartoon. However, sitting here wearing my Scooby-Doo right now because Scooby-Doo is where I began my mysteries when I was a kid.
Good memories. Yeah. Okay. Well, hello, Ethan. Heart.
Well, we love you too.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So we've done movies. We did records one time before. We've done movies now. We've talked about cartoons and
8-track tapes.
Yeah.
Videotapes, VHS.
What? I don't. Oh, what is that? Okay, you're gonna have to explain to me. I'm old.
I don't understand that one either.
We try really hard.
Yeah.
Things just get in the way. Oh, goodness.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you so much. And there goes Ethan. Is there a turkey in there, Ethan?
Maybe
I see a kitty cat.
Rolls.
I see kitty cats. I see you clapping. Well, thank you. Wow.
Yeah, we appreciate all of y'all.
We do.
Side Trek on YouTube. Oh, cool. I can look that one up.
You will. Yeah. Tim's the sci-fi guy.
Oh, yeah. Star Trek.
I've watched the movies because, Tim has really educated me as far as movies since we got married. I did Star Wars.
Cool.
4, 5, and 6. And I was, why is it 4?
Well, thank you. We will do the best
we
can.
I tried to get Tim to go in that house in Fort Gaines, but he said no. Actually, I didn't. We stayed on the sidewalk. We're trying to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
But my daddy always said you could walk up on the porch as long, you could knock on the door. That was not trespassing. Well, hi there, Vic. How are you doing? Yeah, you got here in time. You must. We were talking earlier about the Birmingham trip and how we want to come back. We want to film that drive-in theater there, right outside of Birmingham. What is the name of that little town there on 280, right outside of Birmingham, with the drive-in theater?
I just saw the theater. I don't remember the name of that town.
It's 2 drive-in theaters, and one screen's almost down, and the other one is completely okay. Yeah. I want to go back up there and see that, and then I want to go find some more cemeteries. We
saw that Christmas haunt.
Oh yeah.
In Fort Gaines. You remember I asked you? I wondered if Monster Misfits did any of their stuff. We didn't go inside of it. It was closed, but
we found a Christmas haunt. Well, it's a haunt during September and October, like most haunts, but then they do one night in Christmas, and it just really caught our attention. I know there was a scarecrow chained in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And I made the statement, I don't do well with scarecrows, y'all. Back when my kids were little, we watched a show called Going Around the Twist. It was an Australian show, and it was on Nickelodeon. And they had an episode. They lived in a lighthouse. We loved it. And it was kind of at the time of Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, and R.L. Stein and all those things were so big. So we were watching it one day, and the episode was where a ship had wrecked out at sea somewhere, and there was a trunk that washed ashore, and it had old clothes in it, and they put the old clothes on the scarecrows, and the scarecrows come to life, and it just talked me out because hey, look, talking about Scooby-Doo earlier. Y'all, when I was a kid, I saw the Headless Horseman on Scooby-Doo, and I had nightmares for 6 years.
You've got a bunch of hazardous waste there,
Wow.
Stovepipe.
Oh, no. I lost it all. Had to buy a new tank.
Yeah, that sounds...
Now I have a guy digging out my entire yard. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough. Oh, man. You know, Garfield the cat. I had a cat named Garfield once, and you know why we named him Garfield? Actually, we named him Tom Garfield because he was black with white chest, and I wanted to name him Tom after Tom and Jerry, but my little brother wanted to call him Garfield. That cat would walk right up to our German Shepherd, and our German Shepherd was so bad. Cats didn't go around him, but that cat would walk up and lay down right in front of that dog and just lay there, and that's why we called him Garfield.
No, we're not near South Carolina right now.
No, but y'all, I do want to get back. I do want to go to South Carolina. I got a house I need to go visit.
Yeah.
And one day we're just going to go. It'll take us 6 hours to get there. We're going to drive 12 hours that day. That's what YouTubers do. Yeah. I live in a mobile home, so the tank is outside.
Yeah, don't let it blow up.
Be careful. I used to live in South Carolina. I know. Y'all hear me say I used to live here. And I used to live there. My daddy was a preacher, and we went all over the place. And I lived in a place called Travelers Rest, and I went to school in Tigerville.
A wood stove.
Oh, yeah. Cool. I wish we had a wood stove. In fact, when I lived in South Carolina, we had a wood stove. That's all we had. Well, just as soon as I can get Tim, Vic, as soon as I can get Tim to say, hey,
let's go to Birmingham.
Let's go to Birmingham. As soon as I get him to say it, we're coming because, I'm ready to come back. Bear, right now, we talked about this earlier, it was 30 degrees last night.
Yeah.
And that's cold for us. Now, we do get down colder than that about once a year. We'll get down, hit under 20 for a little bit. But right now, we have been on a run for the last week of around 30s at night and 50s in the daytime. 18.
Wow.
See, we have a wide range. We're way down south, and Stovepipe's up there in the north. Stove, did you see that hand-painted sign in Fort Gaines? You just switched over into that 13 degrees Celsius. Okay, we'll watch, Vic. And he's on slow time.
6.5 feet. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we don't get snow down here very often. When we do, though. Yeah, I thought about you when I saw it. I thought about my daddy, and I thought about you. There were 2 hand-painted signs. I didn't point out that the other one was hand-painted, but there were 2 hand-painted signs that I saw in that town. I thought, this is so cool, because that one, the pharmacy, was from 2020. Isn't it always rainy and windy and over across the Great Pond over in England? Okay, you got quiet.
I know, man. Like I said, this is the most I've stayed awake all day today, and my voice is,
You get 2 weeks of summer. Well, we joke over here, down here in the South, and say we get about 2 weeks of winter.
Yeah.
And we usually do. Right now, we're having a real fall, and we don't ordinarily have a real fall. And it's been cold, but it's bearable. This is the way it works. We get up in the morning, we got on sweatshirts, hoodies, blankets. The afternoon, we go out, we're in short sleeves.
Yeah.
When I went out this afternoon, I'm wearing this Scooby-Doo t-shirt, and that's all I need.
Oh, wow.
Oh, huh. Well, when was the last time we got snow? I think it was before me and Tim got married, and he tried to go to work, and he tried to drive from here over into Opelika, over into Alabama, and I told him, I said, there's no reason. And I was watching
when
him.
I get almost at work,
They
I call them, tell them I'm late. They said, just don't come in.
So he turned around and went back
Turn
home.
around,
But I was watching him on Channel 9 News because Channel 9 News was in the same traffic. And they got out and they were filming. And I said, there you are. I see you on Channel 9. But when it does snow, it's pretty. I got pretty pictures of it. I got really pretty pictures of the snow. And it doesn't. Look, when me and Steve, when that son of a stove was 2 years, well, not even 2 years old, about a year old, it snowed. We had a blizzard, and the snow was a foot deep, and that was the best snow I've ever seen. No, that hurricane, we got some rain, but it was coming off the backside, and it was the bottom and the left, but it really didn't bother us much at all. I do watch Tucker Carlson sometimes on YouTube, but I pick and choose which one I want to watch. But I have, yeah. I do like to listen to him sometimes, but
Yeah. I've about reached my end now. So.
Tim's reaching his end, y'all. He's tired. I'm going to put him to bed.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to be able to sleep tonight. He has slept all day.
Yeah, I have.
But again, this has been fun. Tim's had it. Yeah. This half of the times is done.
Yeah.
John Oliver is better. I'll have to look him up, Ethan. I don't know him.
Thanks for watching, y'all. And we love y'all.
Good night. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn this off. Y'all know I always have an issue when it comes to turning it off. Y'all all stay safe too. I think I pushed this button right here.